Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing,
you
everybody?
guys?
I am Brian. This is Nikki from FactoryDirectCraft.com. Sherry is still somewhere.
She is somewhere. I'm not really quite sure where she is. I can't keep track.
She's traveling right now. I think she'll be back sometime around the end of the month. They're out visiting suppliers and vendors and looking for stuff for you guys. So Nikki was more than gracious enough to jump back in. So make sure you say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know how you found us if you've never been here before, even if you're watching on replay. Let us know, how's the weather by you. If you watched last week, we asked you guys a question. This week it is going to be, what is your favorite fall comfort food? So if there's anything in the fall time that you eat a lot more, maybe makes you think of home, think of family.
Family back at, when you were growing up. I know this weekend I was trying to get my mom to bake a meal for us. I'm like, we haven't seen you for a while. And I'm like, I was trying to think of a food that, it reminded me of home. And I'm like, I just want your fried chicken.
Yeah.
She makes fried chicken. I don't know what it is. And she makes gravy and biscuits. Well, not gravy and biscuits. Gravy, corn, and mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of home. So I'm like trying to beg her to make this meal so we can come over and eat.
Yeah, mine is ironically pancakes. It's
Pancakes?
not necessarily a fall one, but
There's nothing wrong with that.
growing up, whenever we'd spend the night at my grandparents' house, my grandma had a homemade pancake recipe.
Really?
And every morning, she'd be up at like 4 a.m. baking.
Just
One of those
baking
grandmas that
pancakes.
there's always food, always cooking something. So, we'd always look forward to waking up in the morning and there'd be all these pancakes made. So
Anything like specific that she would put in there differently, or?
Yeah, I have the recipe. The main thing that I notice is quite a bit of vanilla extract.
Really?
Yeah, so they're very sweet.
Sweet.
And it took years for her to give up that recipe, but I'm starting to get some from her. That's mine. So if you have one, favorite comfort food, things like that, brings back memories, definitely let us know. So, Nikki, we got anyone saying hi, anything like that?
Yep, we got Meg from Meglet's Cottage.
Oh, good
saying
morning.
Good Thursday. Happy Thursday from Southern California. How are you doing today? We got Linda Steele. Good morning.
Hi, Linda.
And then we got Deneen. She said ham, hock, and beans.
Ah, there you go. I'm a big fan of ham and beans,
Yeah.
too, so we make that, too.
It honestly took me a while to like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think until I got with Chris.
Yeah, I never really had it until I met Lisa.
Really?
And then she would, yeah.
He would make it, or his family, or something, and I've tried it a couple times. I'm like, okay, this is not that bad.
Yeah, that's funny how some of that stuff works. Anyone else saying hi?
Meg says chicken pot pie.
Oh,
That's a good...
fantastic.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
We love making the chicken pot pie casserole.
Yes.
In the fall.
Yep, we do the same.
The winter times.
You do like in the casserole dish, put the biscuits on top. Yep.
So easy.
Yeah, we do that. We do that too.
Yeah.
So,
We got Kimberly Ann meatloaf recipe. Favorite fall food.
unique. What's so unique
Yes,
about it?
I want to know. Are you
So-
allowed? Can you spill a little bit about that one?
Yeah, we usually do barbecue meatloaf sometimes. And if you're ever around like Chicago or Indianapolis, and I need to shout out to Deneen for this because she's the one that told me to have it. Deneen and I were at a human resources conference in Indianapolis a couple years ago, and Deneen said, "Have you ever eaten at Weber Grill?"
Oh,
and
yes.
I said, "No, I've heard of it." If you don't know, like Weber, like the grill company that makes the round charcoal grills, they have a restaurant. They have a couple restaurants around the country. I know there's one in Indianapolis. There's one in Chicago, where their entire kitchen is giant Weber charcoal grills, and everything is cooked like that. And Deneen and I went there the one night for dinner while we were away on for the seminar trip. And I was looking over the menu, and Deneen said, "You need to try their smoked meatloaf." I'm like, I don't know, I like meatloaf, but smoked meatloaf. She's like, you have to try it.
It's good.
Changed my life.
Yeah, it's
good.
good.
I'm not gonna lie. So
Chris just did one of those over the weekend, and it was
Did he?
delicious.
Yeah.
He likes to smoke his. He likes smoker. He likes anything.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember the one time he brought in all that pulled pork.
Yeah,
and all
for
that
the
was fantastic
He would,
for our
I
Christmas
think
party.
he made like 4.
Yeah, I think he said it was like 4 pork butts or something like that.
To feed like everybody here, all the employees and everything, like just to have a nice summer picnic outside.
Yep.
Deneen did say, she said having ketchup and onions with the beans too. I thought Chris was weird about this. He taught me this, and
I can't.
It's good.
I can't do. I'm not a ketchup
good.
guy, so
Yeah,
onions
you
are.
did say that.
I'm okay, but
yeah. Linda, roast carrots, potatoes, and onions. That sounds
fantastic.
really good.
You guys are making me hungry now.
Yeah, meatloaf haters always love it. So Kimberly, what's special about the meatloaf?
I need to know. Yeah, you can't leave us hanging and say
Yeah.
you have a unique meatloaf recipe, but not say what's unique about it. Now, if it's something that you came up with,
And
trial and error in the kitchen, you want to keep it. I respect
Yes.
that, no problem. I think everyone's got a recipe like that they want to keep close to their vest. Just a reminder, if you haven't done so or if you're new here, certainly if you don't mind, like our Facebook page, our YouTube page, share it with your friends, share our website with your friends. We're a small family business in Ohio. Help us grow, help us, do everything we can. We're a small fish in a big pond compared to the big box retailers. But one of the reasons we've been in this for 39 years is because you guys and all your support and word of mouth.
So just keep sharing. Give us your love. We're always here. We love speaking with you guys. So just share the love.
Yep. Yeah, and let us know what you're working on. We always like seeing that. I know a lot of you guys will mention in the comments here like what you're working on. If you share anything on Facebook or Instagram, definitely, and just using our products, definitely tag us in that. That way we'll be able to see it. If you have anything that you want us to look at sharing on our Facebook page, things like that, you can send Nikki a message again or tag us in it. And we'll ask if it's okay if we use that. Just
for
to
sure.
show the customers what you guys are doing.
We just had, I shared the crescent moon pedestal craft just a few days ago, and a customer had shared hers, and it's just awesomely done. So I'm going to be sharing that on our page, I think here today. So be on the lookout for that one. Meglet said, please pray for our firefighters.
Absolutely.
Yes, for sure. All the first responders, any of those, for sure. We are thinking about them. She's great quality. She did. She got the wood cutouts. She did.
Oh, awesome.
Meg did do an unboxing with our products.
Oh,
the other
I
day.
haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
I'll have to check it out.
She got some goodies.
Oh, that's good. Good morning, Kat. Kat said sunny Nebraska. That's what I like to hear.
Yes.
Not stormy, not rainy.
Oh, we need rain.
I know. And I was looking at the forecast. It's going to be so hot for the next week and a half.
That's tropical storm system. I was hoping that we were going to get some rain from that.
I know. It's totally going to skip us.
Yeah, for sure. Always.
So, and if you guys have any big fall plans coming up, if you're traveling anywhere for the holidays, let us know. Are you guys doing anything? Going anywhere?
We've got a couple camping scheduled. We've got one, not this weekend, because Rit's full of volleyball games.
Yeah.
And then next weekend we're going camping. We're taking one of Adley's friends with us.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, she's all excited. She's been begging us to take her friends with us.
Awesome.
So, yeah, but I mean, we do all the Halloween fun hay rides and
same here.
Pumpkin carvings. I love fall time.
Yeah, same for me.
Do you?
I mean, it's our busiest time of year.
Yes, it's
hard. With the kids, with my son, he's got soccer between practice and games, high school soccer every night. And now he's working on the weekends as a soccer referee.
That's awesome.
I did that in high school, and it was funny when, this is back in the mid-'90s, but, I would ref a game, and you get like $10 from one of the coaches for the game. My son makes $35 to $40 an hour reffing 8 and 9-year-old soccer games.
Really?
I could not believe it. I was like,
an hour?
Yeah. He reffed 4 games this weekend. Each game was like 2 20-minute halves and a 5-minute halftime, so 45 minutes of actual work.
Huh.
And he made like $38 cash per game. I was like, man, I'm missing out. I need to renew my soccer referee license.
Yeah, for sure.
Go get a side hustle going. But other than that, yeah, I mean, we do all the kind of the same fall stuff. My wife and I, our anniversary's in November, so we may find a weekend to go somewhere, go to Hocking Hills or something for a weekend.
That would be fun.
Just
we
the
love
two
it
of us.
there.
But beyond that, between that and Maddie's cheerleading and fall plays, it's so hard to get to do anything.
I'm like, this is the first week of every activity for our kids, and Chris and I were like, who's doing this? Who's doing that? Who's going back and forth?
Yeah, our calendar for the month of September and October looks like someone just opened a fountain pen and just sprayed ink all over.
We're not there quite yet because Aniston's just starting, but I'm not looking forward to that. We've got Kimberly. She spreaded the meatloaf. It was veal and pork.
Interesting.
Huh. Quick oats, 2 eggs, the seasoning, Italian breadcrumbs. Huh. That
is unique.
Yes.
And it sounds pretty good.
Yes, I could get down with that.
I'm gonna save that.
Yes. Kate said she's gearing up for junk hunt. Junt?
Oh, jaunt?
Junt? Yeah.
Yeah, junk jaunt.
What's that?
Let's see. Oh, looks like Michelle Lopez was just asking
yeah.
what that is as well.
It's like a 300-mile rummage sale.
Oh, okay. We have something similar to that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Here in Ohio in the summer where I forgot if it's like, I forgot what route it's on, but it's like garage sales, and it's coordinated, so it's garage sales for like 500 miles. It goes from Ohio into like Indiana. I'll have to look it back up.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
Yeah, it extends throughout the Midwest, and it's like one road. And it's like you could just go down this road for hundreds of miles.
That would get me in trouble.
Everyone along that road does garage sales like coordinated.
Huh.
So
That would get me in trouble.
I'll have to look that up. But yeah, it sounds like it's something similar to what Kat's talking about.
Yeah.
So, so one of the things I wanted to talk with you guys about today before we get to the dolls, because you guys asked for dolls last week, especially if you're new here. Since Nikki and I and Deneen, who's watching, handle the bulk of our customer service, I thought I'd go over some of the most common customer service questions. Maybe save some of you guys time if you're looking to place a first order. You might have some basic questions for us. Probably, and Nikki, feel free to chime in. Probably some of the most common ones we get are, where are you located?
Yeah.
We're here in Southwest Ohio. We're in a city called Springboro, about halfway between Dayton and Cincinnati. And with that, people will say, where do you ship from? Because nowadays it's not enough to just say that you're an American business.
Now.
Because there are American companies. They may have offices here. They take your order. They take your money here. But all their stock is sitting overseas. So you may order from an American company, but it's going to might take you 6, 7, 8 weeks to get your items from China. Rest assured, all of the items we ship here at our warehouse. If you go back through, I've done videos showing our warehouse, how all the items are stocked here. I drove one of the electric carts from receiving all the way down through packing and shipping to show everything gets sent out of here. So if you order from us, your order is going to ship from here in Ohio. I mentioned this just before. People will ask how long we've been in business. 39 years, I believe.
Yep, 39 years going on 40.
1985 was when Sherry Doggett founded this company. Another common one, how long does it take to get my order?
Yep.
Generally, most orders ship out in 1 to 2 business days. There may be some unique circumstances where maybe an item might be on transfer from a second warehouse, or it might be coming off of a holiday weekend where maybe we were closed for a couple days, so we do need some time to get caught up. Generally, most orders do ship in 1 to 2 business days. Since we ship from Ohio, generally standard shipping anywhere in the country generally is 3 to 5 days.
Yeah, I would
Could
say
be
3 to
sooner.
5.
Could be a little bit longer. If it's going to Alaska or Hawaii, it might be closer to 6 to 7 days. But most orders are shipped, fulfilled, and the customer has it within a week.
Yeah, that's one thing we try our best, because we know when you purchase something, it's always like Christmas when you want those products.
Yeah.
And you need them. So we try our best to make sure that those orders are packaged well and get to you as quick as possible.
Absolutely. Do we have a catalog? We do not. No. So we get asked this one, especially via email, all the time. We did catalogs like a lot of our competitors for a long time. I believe our last catalog was 13 or 14 years ago. The reason we don't is a couple parts. One, we have like 40,000 different items. So trying to put all of that in print would be really expensive, and it would be in a massive catalog.
And then we just get new items added daily.
Yeah, items we're constantly getting new stuff in. There are items that we're made aware of by the manufacturer that may no longer be in production. So we wouldn't want to send you something, you really want it, you call us for the order, and it's been, it's no longer in stock or it's been discontinued. Also, nowadays, as everything's gone up, the cost of printing and mailing is insane.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the main driver as to why we discontinued them. Because we got to a point where we were spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, which for any business, let alone a small business like ours, is a lot of money to send out catalogs. And greater than 99% of our orders were just coming in through the website or over the phone. So it made it really, really, really hard to justify the cost of the catalogs. Everything is on our website. If there's something you're looking for and you don't see it, just let us know.
Yeah.
We can see if we can find it for you.
Anything, something that's similar to it.
Yeah.
Or even if we can, if it's something that you are looking for and need a lot of, we'll go find it.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah,
we are here. We want to make sure that we can help get your crafting needs.
And since we work directly with our vendors and manufacturers, we can often get things custom made, special orders, large volume. Obviously there is some lead time associated with that. I may or may not have someone that's asking for a quote for 100 million googly eyes by October 15th.
Ooh, I haven't heard this one.
So it's an artist. I got to call him later today to get some more information. Our buyer and I are trying to.
Googly eyes.
It's a lot. They need like 100,000 individual eyes, in like a couple weeks, and they want 100 million in like 5 weeks. I don't know how doable that is.
We're going to try, though.
Yeah.
If they need it, we're going to try.
We'll try. Generally, to get stuff special ordered, it's 90 to 120 days because we need time for production. We need time to get it here. We want to review and inspect the items to make sure that they do meet what you're looking for. But we can certainly do that. And then probably the last thing that we get asked a lot is, do you offer wholesale? And we do. Mm-hmm. So if you're on our homepage, if you scroll towards the very bottom where there's a bunch of different links, and Nikki can probably post a link to the wholesale form. But yeah, you'll see a link under resources that says wholesale. If you click on that, Nikki's going to post it. It has information on how our wholesale program works, and you can actually sign up right there through that page. It's completely online. You'll be able to just upload a copy of your proof of business document through there. We'll review it, and we can get you approved pretty quickly. So, and if you have any other questions, definitely let us know, whether about the company, about items we carry. Let us know. If you're just joining us, if you weren't here at the beginning, if you have a favorite comfort food, let us know what it is. In the comments, let us know where you're watching from. Make sure you say hi.
We're here to say hello.
Yep.
We want to chat with you. So if you're on replay, make sure you type replay, and
Absolutely.
I would be more than happy to come say hello to you. It looks like we have another comfort food from Wendy.
Oh, what's that?
She makes a turkey meatloaf with goat cheese in the center,
Ooh.
topped with raspberry chipotle barbecue sauce.
Okay,
that sounds amazing.
Yeah. We've done the like turkey chili, and we've done turkey meatloaf and stuff like that. But I like the idea of the cheese in there.
I think that helps because sometimes turkey can kind of be not so flavorful.
Yeah.
So I think that would taste really good.
Yeah, and I actually, ironically, I just tried a raspberry chipotle barbecue sauce.
Oh, did you?
Last night. Yeah, when we were at the grocery store a little while back, and I forgot what brand it is, but they had these little sample bottles of different barbecue sauces, and I thought, well, let's try some ones that are different, and it literally was a raspberry chipotle one. And I grilled some chicken last night, and I was going to grab a bottle of barbecue sauce, and I saw that little one sitting next to me. I'm like, oh, let me give this a try. It was fantastic.
Really?
It was fantastic.
I don't think I've ever tried that, but I think I might now. Meglet says she is happy with my order and tracking and packages.
Awesome, thank you.
Kate said, you guys are very fast. Ordered this weekend, and it's already on its way.
Great.
Linda said she had her package in 2 days.
I thought it can certainly be sooner. So.
Yes, yeah. Lasagna.
Always a good choice.
I do
always
love
a good
lasagna.
Choice.
Adam said, to be fair, most food comforts him.
That's true.
That's true. I do like food. I am a person, I will try anything. Anything.
I'm on the pickier side, but I'll still try.
One of my Adley, my oldest kid, she would have always tried all different foods. She has become very picky now.
That's how my son is.
I think she gets
as a baby, he eat whatever we gave him,
Yeah.
or even as a toddler, and now it's like nope, like anything. It's like
it's so weird, but she will ask for sushi all the time.
My daughter loves sushi.
She loves sushi.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're so picky, but you love sushi.
Yeah. Now they each their own.
Yes. Pumpkin pie and fried chicken.
Can't go wrong with that either.
A roasted tomato soup and bacon grilled cheese sandwich.
There you go.
That sounds good.
Yeah. For sure. So, if there's anything, before we get to this, if there's anything you guys want to see for a future episode, please let us know, because we will tailor whatever the featured items are to you guys. Like, for example, last week a bunch of guys were asking about doll stuff. So, we kind of broke it up, because we'll do another doll episode later on as it gets closer to the holidays, because we have some holiday doll stuff that's more geared towards that. But we tried to grab just a sampling of, gosh, we have so much.
We have a lot.
So
good morning, Sherry.
Good morning. So popular stuff, obviously we have a whole bunch of stuff. If you're a doll maker, you're probably familiar with Antinas, Talinas. When they went out of business, we bought a lot of inventory from them. Obviously, again, if you're a doll maker, you've heard of Monique. Probably the biggest doll wig brand that I can think of. Yeah. For sure. Their wigs range from everything from nylon all the way up to, we have wigs from them that are real human hair. Yeah. We have ones that are mohair, full caps, half caps, no caps, ringlet hair.
You can style it. I mean, you can't use heat product on them.
No.
But you can cut them and style them. I think some people have colored them. But yeah, they're beautiful quality.
Oh yeah.
So Absolutely. We've got that one. We've got them in all different sizes, colors.
Yes, and with doll wigs, a common question is, how do I know what size wig is going to fit my doll? The easiest thing to do is take a flexible, a tape measure or a measuring tape, and you want to just start right around one ear and just go around the head, across the forehead, and go back to that other ear. And that circumference measurement, whether it's 12 inches, 8 inches, 14 inches, whatever, that's the measurement that you want to look for on our site. Doll wigs are done by circumference, so that's the measurement around the head. We usually said, start in the center of the forehead or above the ear and measure around. So hopefully that helps you guys out.
And we do have a picture that we can share here to help explain that as well.
Absolutely. Let's see, what else do we have? So these have gotten really popular the last couple of years, all these muslin dolls. So we originally got these, or started getting them from a company called Doris. Doris went out of business, but we were able to locate where their source was. So now we get them imported direct ourselves. We have them in, I believe this one is 27 inches?
27.
Okay. So we have in 27, all the way down to, we have the large one, we have the medium, we have a couple sizes of small ones. There you go. If you can see that.
A different color.
Yep, absolutely different colors. Nikki was just telling me that there are people that will use acrylic paints and paint on them, which I wouldn't have thought of.
I never have either. Muslin dolls have never been something that I would even think about trying to decorate with. But now that I've seen a couple things that have been done with these muslin dolls, I think I might try to tackle it on a craft.
You should.
Yeah, you can make them into, I've seen mummies.
Yeah.
I've got a picture here. I can attach it. That I found on
a gingerbread man.
A gingerbread man.
Painting them.
A scarecrow. But I think you can just paint them with acrylic paint. You can just mix the paint. I think you can add it with a little bit of water just to help guide it over the fabric and help spread it a little bit, because it does, since it is fabric, it will soak up some of the paint. So you might need a little bit.
Yep. Oh, Andrina's here. She's saying yes, make one.
Yes.
Good morning, by the way, Andrina. Glad to see you're here.
Yes. Yeah, but I've seen these, and I'm like, these turned out so cute.
Yeah. Other accessories we have, we have doll shoes and boots in a lot of different sizes. Another thing with these, when you're trying to find the right size doll boot or shoe for your doll, it's really interesting that we will list, you'll see size 1, size 2, size 4, size 5, whatever it may be. But different doll shoe manufacturers use, a 4 from one company may not be a size 4 in another. So for all the doll shoes, we always have a length measurement in millimeters. The easiest thing to do when you're trying to match up a doll shoe is measure your doll's foot from heel to toe. Yeah. Even if you do it in inches, you can just go on Google and do type in inches to millimeters. and type in your inch measurement, it'll convert it to millimeters for you.
That's what I do.
Then, yeah, that's what I do too. And then that way you can take that length measurement and match that up with a shoe on our site. So.
And we do always say add a couple extra millimeters.
Yeah, you don't want it to be super snug.
Five
up
millimeters.
to 5,
So you'll just measure the foot, and then if it's 40 millimeters, then you would add 5 more millimeters to that and kind of match it close to the size that. I always say don't go by the size, because some of them are backwards.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, don't worry about I ordered a size, because we have customers that say I ordered a size 1 last month and it was fine, and I have another doll and I ordered this size 1 and it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Always refer to the millimeter measurement.
For sure.
And like Nikki said, add a couple millimeters so you got a little bit of buffer, just to be safe.
Yeah.
So something I know you wanted to show. So, in addition to, we also have, and Adam, I apologize. Oh, he warned me not to take stuff off. He said something. No, I'm kidding.
You've lost an arm.
Lost an arm. So we are now back to bringing in the bed dolls. Again, we have them in different ethnicities, different hair colors. Some of the other doll accessories. So like this doll dress, I'm going to try to show the detail. It's really hard. So this was handmade. These are handmade in Spain, these dresses. As you can see, that's all hand-stitched, hand lace, super high quality. This is probably going to fall over when I put this back. Oh,
Nope, she's good. You did well.
All right. We have doll glasses if you're doing a Santa doll, old man, old woman.
Turn a muslin doll into a Santa.
Absolutely.
We've got wigs. We've got, hair that you can sew on, I think, over there. No?
We do. We have the ringlet hair.
Yeah, ringlet.
And last week, and I wanted to get to this, because a lot of people were asking about porcelain dolls. We generally really don't have too much anymore. And I did talk with our owner and our buyer, and the main reason, unfortunately, is that the few manufacturers that were mass producing porcelain doll heads and hands are no longer in business. So we did take some of the porcelain doll heads and hands we had. Sherry did have molds made with our vendors to reproduce them, but they are in vinyl. But just to kind of show, so this was one that we used to get in porcelain. As you can see, we got the head, we do have the hands. Fun fact, if you order these and you only see one hand in the box, check inside the head.
Yes.
Because more often than not, if someone says, "Oh, my doll didn't come with hands, or it only came with one,"
they sneak in there.
During shipping, they can move around, and they usually end up in that hole.
Sneaky little hands.
Yeah. And this was another one that was porcelain. We all, again, we have African American ones, and again, the detail on the hands is just fantastic. You can see all that. The hand lines, the crease lines for the fingers and the knuckles.
We've got a bigger size.
All kinds of sizes.
Make angels for Christmas trees or dolls, anything that you can think of.
Let's see what else. We got other stuff over here. As far as hair goes, we have hair in different styles and colors. It's hard to see, but this is like a gray, looks maybe like mid back length hair. Just going through everything that Adam had pulled. Along with, we do have some of those items that were made in Spain. I know Sherry had mentioned, I didn't even know we had this one. But again, like with the detail, so like these are doll tights. And if you can see the detail on those, all the hand stitching, these are made in Spain as well. So not all of them are made in Spain, but I believe this one on the actual items page, it does state where it was manufactured. So super high quality. Those are like a new old stock because they're not being manufactured anymore. But they are new. Again, quality is unbelievable.
Those are $230 for the pair, so it's great quality for them. It looks like Christina's here. Hello from Washington.
Good morning.
How are you? She said she just bought some doll heads and hands from us. Meg said earthquake. Yes, so we have a little bit of earthquake back there. And your Michelle is on. She said your prices on them are great. Thank you. We try to mark them down as much as we can for you guys. That Kate said vinyl is much easier to make tassel ornaments.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, obviously porcelain has a certain look. but there's not you can't modify it necessarily. I think like along with what Kat is saying, as
Yeah.
far as the vinyl ones, if you wanted to put a hanger on them, you could easily drill a hole because it's plastic, put a little screw eye, and then put ribbon through it, things like that. Like Nikki said, if you want to make an angel ornament to hang on your tree, you could easily put a screw eye at the top of this, put some ribbon through it. Porcelain, you're going to start drilling that thing, it's going to crack and shatter and break. So again, if there's anything else you guys want to see, if you've never looked at doll supplies on our site, it can be overwhelming. Meg,
did you actually have an earthquake, or were you saying?
Wait,
where are you having an earthquake at? I can't remember where you're from.
She's in California. Meg, were you actually having an earthquake when you were watching the show?
I thought you were talking about us knocking things off the
table. That's what I thought too.
Are you okay?
Yes. Yeah, I'm assuming because all she said was just earthquake. So
yeah, she said it. Okay, it just stopped. So I guess it was an actual earthquake.
Hopefully, it wasn't too bad.
I hope you're okay.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like she didn't stop watching, so it must be one of those small California ones.
I know you guys get them that you're used to.
They're just used to. Yeah, it's funny. One of my best friends from high school lives in L.A. and he manages some bands out there. So he's got this incredible vintage guitar and amp collection that's I'm not even going to say how much it's worth, but a lot of rare pieces that he's accustomed. And a couple of years ago when they had a really big earthquake out there, first thing I did, I called to make sure that they were okay, and then I said, "Was all your gear okay?" And he sent me a picture because in his music room he's got a security camera pointing at the guitars and the amps on the wall, and I'm watching this, and I know ahead of time he told me, he's like, "Yeah, everything's okay," but I'm watching this and I'm seeing like vintage guitars from the 50s and 60s like swing on the wall and amps doing this, and I'm like, I still knew that like nothing got broken, but I was like the guitar gearhead in me, I was like, no, I was so worried. That'd be my fear.
Okay.
So
Meg said she's good now.
Okay.
I'm glad to hear. So it was just a small one, I take it, just the normal small ones.
Glad you're okay. So
Here,
that's a first for one of our lives.
Yeah, I know.
A natural disaster while someone's watching our show.
Oh, geez. That's one thing I haven't been in an earthquake, and I don't think I want to.
Are we caught up on everyone's favorite foods and stuff?
I do think so. Oh, and we do. I don't think.
Oh, we didn't show doll stands. Oh, yeah.
We have these in multiple sizes. I should have mentioned that because all
those dolls back there are being held up by different stands. So
we do have multiple sizes for big dolls, little dogs. Mm-hmm. We have these. I can't remember what they're called, but we do have the saddle ones as well.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, we have those in multiple colors.
Yeah, and if you ever are wanting to know what size to get, you'll generally want to measure your doll up to. Generally, those are designed to mount ideally around the waist of your doll. Mm-hmm. So those, I don't know what they're called, these forks, but these are, a lot of them will expand based off of the size of your doll. And these are wired, so you can bend them, you can crimp them, just to make sure you get a snug fit. So if you want to know what size stands to get, generally you measure, if you stand your doll up, measure to around the waistline, and try to find one that has a minimum height. Yes. A lot of times we'll list a range, so this one might be 10 to 18 inches, it might say. So if your doll is, say, a 10-inch waist doll and it's wider, you'd want something like that. So, and again, if you have any questions, just let us know. Mm-hmm. We have access to all of our items here in the warehouse, so we can double check measurements. A lot of times I've had customers say, hey, do you have a doll stand that works with this 13.5-inch doll?
We will go check
I can grab a couple stands in one of those dolls, and we can see which one is ideal for that. So
Deneen said that's dedication to craft, watching while dealing with an earthquake.
No doubt.
That is for sure. She said it was a 5.1. I put the phone in my pocket with me as I grabbed my bag.
Oh. You were a trooper, and I'm glad you're okay.
I'm glad everything's okay.
That is crazy.
All right.
It was in my pocket. I didn't even turn the phone off.
Grab your bag.
So you were still listening while you're grabbing a go bag. Well, again, we appreciate the dedication.
Yes.
Well, we're coming up on 35 minutes. I got some quick questions for Nikki, kind of inspired by our question today. They are fall related, Halloween or Thanksgiving. Since you are a fall person.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Halloween, especially just because I have kids. Just the fun activities.
Yeah.
But Thanksgiving, the food and family.
Yep.
That's
how it is for me too.
Yeah, I like Thanksgiving.
And I think part of it is now that my kids are older, the trick or treat thing's not so much a thing. Like my son is almost 16, so he's not going to go trick or treating. He's like, I'm just going to go hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
My daughter's 13, so she's on the tail end of doing that. But yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
I love being with family. I love spending time with them anytime that we can. Holidays are always special. But, Adley, she was planning her Halloween costumes this year. Her and Aniston want to be a cop, and Chris and I are robbers.
Ah, there you go.
She wants to handcuff us, and our dog is going to dress up as a cop as well. He's only got one eye.
Awesome.
So she said put a patch on him. I'm like, what, is he going to be a parrot? I mean, parrot.
Be a pirate?
Pirate cop?
Pirate cop?
Sure, why not? Whatever you want to do, it's fine.
Yeah. All right. So then tailing off of that then, favorite Thanksgiving food? Is there one above all others?
Sweet potato casserole. Sweet potato casserole.
Solid choice.
I got my recipe from my mama, and we make it every year. I can't go to a Thanksgiving get together without bringing this.
There you go.
Yeah, it is my favorite, and I think I have to say Chris's family side too, along with my family.
Yeah.
Though there was one year that I read the measurements wrong, talking about the vanilla extract.
Yeah.
I think it calls for like a teaspoon. I put a tablespoon, and it was terrible. That one year, everybody, and I still get, every time I make it, they're like, what did you use, teaspoon or tablespoon? Yeah, I don't get like.
Linda still says stuffing. Absolutely. Anyone that doesn't like stuffing, I don't trust.
Yeah. I didn't really like stuffing until just recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love a big stuffing guy.
I just
love it.
The whole inside the cavity thing. I think now that they make it outside of the turkey, I can eat it.
Yeah.
I don't trust the whole
we
inside.
never did the stuffing in the turkey.
Yeah.
It was like, we'd make stovetop or something like that.
Yeah, stovetop.
And it's delicious. Favorite fall memory? So it could be a Halloween, it could be a Thanksgiving memory.
Apple picking. I always like going apple picking with my family. We make whoever wants to come, we try to get everybody together, and we go apple picking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember we used to do it as kids, and I would get so sick of eating so many apples while we were picking.
Oh, yeah.
What is yours?
That's a good question. Probably because my kids are most active in the fall. A lot of it is, when I think of fall, it's like I'm watching my son play soccer.
Watching them.
Watching Maddie do cheerleading. It's funny when you talk about apple picking, I brought up a fall memory. So when I was in high school, I ran cross country. And the parkway that we would always run along by the high school, there was this apple orchard in our hometown. I mean, and it was huge. It was like 100 acres. It was massive. Really? And in the late in fall, I don't know what they put in their apples, but their apples were like the size of grapefruit. Like they were huge. Geez. And they were like the sweetest apples. So there were days where we'd be running back and there's no fence separating the path from the apple orchard. So like 10 of us, we'd run in way in the back of the orchard. We'd grab like a couple handfuls of apples off the trees. And we'd stuff them in our shirts. Yeah. And we're sitting here running with our shirts pulled up with all these apples for like the last mile. And we'd get back to the locker room and our coach would come in and we'd be like stuffing it. And he'd be yelling. I was like, I told you not to grab. You can't go and grab apples off their trees. And we'd be like, would you like an apple? And he'd be like, they are good apples. Yeah. They are good apples. But don't do that again.
There's nothing better than just a fresh picked apple. They taste different.
Yeah.
But I think, because the ones that you get at the store, they're...
Yes. And I don't advocate doing that, by the way. That was teenage tomfoolery, but... I miss those apples. Yeah. You said apple picking. That was the first thing that popped in my head was when we used to do that.
I love apple picking.
So again, if you're watching on replay or if you're just stayed with us and watched live, thank you very much.
Yes,
we appreciate your support. Again, if you're watching on replay, let us know your favorite comfort food. If there's anything you guys want to see for next week. Again, we did dolls this week. Let us know because we'd be more than happy, again, as always, to tailor a show to you guys. I think that's all I got.
Yeah.
You got anything?
I think we're good.
Well, everyone have a great week. Be safe. We'll see you next Thursday.
All right.
Bye.
Well, take care.